12:30. Just waiting till 12:30. The live will start by 12:30. But if you want to Mozambique, time has come. Mozambique, 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 time has come. Mozambique. Hello. It is 12:30. It's 12:31 actually. I got carried away. I was listening to Husky by K Strings. Very lovely song. The song has been in my spirit since like yesterday. Well, maybe not my spirit, but like the song has just been playing in my mind. The title of the song is Husky. Husky means light in a house. So let's get right into it. Today we're talking about day 16. This is day 16, and day 16 is the devotion for today is titled Delayed Rewards. Very interesting Bible passages to be read today. Esther chapter 6 verses 1 to 10. Awesome. Easily one of the people typically use Esther 6 1 to 10 when they're praying for like destiny helpers. I don't know whether you've heard people pray and say anybody that is going to help me with my destiny, God should make sure the person doesn't have a sleepless person should have a sleepless night. So people typically rely on Esther chapter 6 1 to 10 to pray, because in that Bible passage the king could not sleep. So remember from the Bible reading of Esther from Esther 5, we saw that Haman had gone to boast to his family members that, oh, can you imagine, this person didn't bow to me, does he know who I am, does he know who I am and who I'm not, blah blah blah. So that was that. And then so today now, so while that is happening, as Haman is going to the palace the next day, you understand, like he's going to the palace the next day, the night before, the king could not sleep, and the king says, go and bring all the records that we have, like let me see, so that I really can't sleep. So he opens it and he says, oh, this person actually failed a plot to assassinate me. What did we do for him? And they said, oh, nothing was done for Mordecai, blah blah blah. And as he's saying, as he's trying to say, okay, what do? We can't, this is somebody the king honors. Haman comes in and then he says, who is there? Get somebody there. And he says, oh, Haman is outside. And then he tells Haman, what do you do to somebody that the king wants to honor? And Haman says, what does Haman? Haman says, oh, who else would the king want to honor if it's not for me? If I'm not going to be the person to be honored? And then, Haman says, do this, do A, do B, do B, C, do D, give him royal robes, put him on a horse, and let everybody know. And says, if you read verse, it says, Haman thought this. I'm going to read from verse 6 now. It says, so Haman came in and the king said, what should I do to honor a man who truly pleases me? Haman thought to himself, whom would the king wish to honor more than me? So he replied, if the king wishes to honor someone, he bring out one of the king's own royal robes, as well as a horse that the king himself has ridden, one with the royal emblem on his head. Let the robes and the horse be handed over to one of the king's most noble officials. Let him see that the man whom the king wishes to honor is dressed in the king's robes, and led through the city square on the king's horse. Have the officials shout as they go. This is what the king does for someone he wishes to honor. So, like, because Haman was thinking it has to be me, like, he goes really into the entire, like, he goes all out in choosing how he's going to be honored. And he says, excellent, take the robes and my horse and do just as you said for Mordecai. Oh my God, the Jew who sits at the gate of the palace. Leave out nothing you have suggested. Oh my days. I can imagine how pained Mordecai must be, but we have to stop here because we go like in the future, like tomorrow and onward. Look at Haman's reaction. Look at so many other things that will happen. So today's devotion is titled delayed rewards. So a lot of times, so basically the point to be made here is that this thing that Mordecai did, he did it like a few years, maybe a while back, not immediately. So the reward for his diligence, the reward for his loyalty to the king didn't come immediately. It came sometime in the future. So, but how does this? Let's localize it to the context of conversation. Because sometimes when people tell us be nice, be kind, because people tell you that you should be nice to others because you don't know they will be your destiny helper in future and all that. But the point is, just be nice and be kind, because just do good things, do the right things, whether there'll be reward, because sometimes the reward may not come, it may never come, and it may not come when you expect it. So a lot of times we are told to treat people nicely or to do good things because we might be rewarded for it. That's not usually the case. It is also worth adding that even when an act will be rewarded, it may not be rewarded like we have envisaged and at the times we have envisaged it. So look at the scenario with Mordecai. It happened like a long time ago. So basically, if we do good way, the point is that if you think that I have to be nice so that people can be nice to me, you'll be disappointed. Let me give gifts so people will give gifts to me. Let me help my colleague so that my colleague will help me. The colleague may not send you actually, or let me do something for my team lead so that he will remember me in the appraisal. He may forget you. In fact, it may be that the appraisal is on the morning of the day that you really annoyed him, and you say, this person, he will just not remember the last things. The other things that you do. It takes a really deliberate person to be able to separate your acts from your person. For most human beings, they take whatever you do at that moment. What they remember is what you've done. They don't remember that this person and I go way back. There have been times where this person has shown up for me. So it takes a lot of deliberateness and intentionality on the part of a person to always say, well, a human being is made up of both good and bad, acts and memories and all that. But I won't choose to always remember the bad over the good. So we may not be. So the point is, yes, just be good, because if every time you say you want to do something good, you feel like, I'll be rewarded for it, or I will get a reward, or somebody will help me in return. You are just setting yourself up for disappointment, because it doesn't really work that way. So let's now localize it. So Mordecai helped towards an assassination plan. However, it was not rewarded until much later. At the time, it was also dealing with preventing a possible genocide of his people. He has already moved on. See, Mordecai had moved on. He had gotten into trouble with Haman, and then he had already gone to Esther to say, you need to go and talk to the king because the Jews are about to be killed. So like he was in trouble, and that good deed that he didn't really make any difference. So the point to really take away that sometimes our actions do not bear fruit immediately or at all. Thus, we should prepare for these scenarios. We need to manage your expectations. Human beings gonna hear. That's spoken like a human being, because I'm also a human being as well. So the point to take away really is that, okay, I said that already. So how do the focal verses apply to you? Manage your expectations. choose to be kind for no reason at all. That's the nature of our Father who causes the rain to fall on both the just and the unjust. If you say you're a Christian, if you say that you give your life to Christ, if you say that you're a child of God, your Father in heaven, who is our standard, causes rain to fall on both the just and the unjust. And even Jesus Christ that died, he died for us while we were yet sinners, when we didn't deserve it. So don't try to be kind because what reward do you want to give him? Nothing. God who owns the universe, like what do you want to give God really that he can't get himself? So if he comes back, so just be good. If he comes back to you immediately, great. If he comes back to you a little later, fine. If he doesn't even, if nobody prepares you or recognizes you for that, it's okay. Don't treat the development of your character like a lottery. Don't say, I will try to be good here so that this will come back to me. It doesn't really work that way. So pray. Thank God for the privilege to be kind and useful to others. You can only give what you have. There's something we say in law, nemo dat quod non habet. Law has some like Latin maxims. So it's because you have some kindness in you that you can be kind to others. It's because you have some kindness you can think about that. So thank God for that. Thank God for acts of kindness that prepared you into even greater blessings. Thank God for people that have been kind to you. People that have done things, have helped you, looked out for you, have carried your matter on their head literally. Ask God to give you more opportunities to be a channel of blessing. That's something else to pray for, because there's something Apostle Joshua Selman says. It says that God blesses man through man. Like God is not on earth here. So if you pray for God to bless you, He's going to look for another man that is willing and available to help. So when you help people, when you're a channel of blessing, it means that one way or the other you are an answer to somebody's prayers. So ask God to give you more opportunities to be an answer, because in answering people's prayers, God will be glorified, you see. So ask God to remember your acts of kindness and cause you to be rewarded especially. That's also is a good prayer to pray, that where I have watered the ground, where I have planted seeds of kindness, let these seeds grow, let these seeds bring forth fruit and grow. Let me be rewarded because the truth is human to want to be recognized for the things that we do, and it's okay. But it's better to balance it, that this thing that you've done may not really bring back something as you've expected. So ask God to remember your acts of kindness and cause you to be rewarded speedily. That's really the end of the devotion for today. As we say, every time we do the devotion, there's an action point for each day. So the first thing is meditate on the verse, obviously, because you need a tender and kind heart to be able to show unprovoked kindness, to be nice to people, to just be thinking about others without expecting a reward, unprovoked. You need a tender heart. But I want you to also reach out to somebody that you've helped in the past. Reach out to them and say, how are you doing? Or you helped one or two people. Reach out to them. How is it going? How are you? How's work? How's family? How's career? etc. So that brings us to the end of today's devotion. Remember to be kind. Just be kind. Just be kind. That's all. Be kind. Be nice. Be generous. Be loyal to your employer. Be deliberate in your relationship with your clients. Provide excellent services just because just provide it. Don't wait for somebody to do. Don't say because I think that somebody is going to do something in return for me. It may not happen that way. So that brings us to the end of today's devotion. See you tomorrow by 12:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. We're going to be talking about trying not to lose focus. Very interesting. We keep going ahead. It's very interesting. See you tomorrow by 12:30. Take care. Bye.